not good. The bad news for Xbox will continue until morale improves or until Microsoft just sells their deadweight console. Now, here's the other part of it, right? Is that a lot of people are kicking around, what is it that makes other companies so successful that Xbox specifically is failing at, right?
The same thing that PlayStation and Nintendo's doing, which is live service and subscriptions. You know, like paying for online, paying to have access to Nintendo Switch 2 retro catalog of games, as well as paying for PlayStation Plus so I can play my very good old Call of Duty that's also on Xbox. I mean, you can't make this up, man. Is this what you people really doing? Because it's definitely not exclusives, because if that's the argument that you're going to use, then you're going to have to explain as to why Blue Point Studios got closed down. Then you'll also have to explain as to why Concord and Marathon are failing. You're going to have to explain that. You're going to also have to explain as to why Soros is still stuck at 300,000 sales. You guys keep telling people that people are buying this platform for exclusives just to find out that they're buying it for the same games that you can buy on PC as well as Xbox.
Dev times are getting longer.
We can clearly see that with Sony. When is the last time you guys ever dropped a big game since Marvel Spider-Man 2? You know, we still waiting on Intergalacto and Wolverino. We still waiting on these games. Alright? So much so that Naughty Dog decided to cancel their Last of Us multiplayer as well as their sequel. I mean, come on, man. It's so funny how PlayStation fanboys, they want to sit there and act like they're taking the high road on things, when in reality, they're taking the same road that everybody else is doing, which is third party. But it's Japanese, though. It ain't even Japanese no more, man. Japan left the PlayStation brand a long time ago with the PS3. That's how bad that system failed. That was a financial failure. You know, they got Sony's American division pushing these lousy-ass PlayStation consoles. All because of Call of Duty.
It's part of the reason that PlayStation is releasing so few things, but also...
Oh, you hear that? So we out here commending PlayStation for releasing very few things, but yet we got Xbox, apparently the losing team, dropping out more games than what you getting at Sony. But yet, it's okay for PlayStation to do that, but we don't even want to look at the output of games. Aren't we gamers? When do you financial armchair CEOs act like you got stocks in these companies? I'm more worried about the games. That's all I care about.
It's like really big stuff from like Square Enix. It takes like 7 years to put out a game now. Whereas Capcom has gotten so...
You mean Sony? Square has put out more games than PlayStation. What are you talking about? They put Final Fantasy Rebirth. They did Forspoken. What? How could you even compare Sony to Square? Square is putting Kingdom Hearts 4. They got way more games coming out than what you're getting with PlayStation. And that's including every PlayStation game that's been exclusive on the PlayStation 5 brand. What the hell are you talking about, man? We all know you looking for the God of War laundry. You know, go keep mopping up them floors, Billy.
Efficient at just cranking it out. We're not only getting a Capcom game every single year,
everybody's getting a Capcom. What the? Bruh. Everybody's getting Capcom games. PC, Xbox, as well as the goddamn Nintendo Switch 2. And this man talking about PlayStation, we getting Capcom games? Are you serious? I thought it was about exclusives.
It takes like 7 years to put out a game now.
Oh my goodness.
Whereas Capcom has gotten so efficient at just cranking it out.
And that's because the RE engine, which in my personal opinion is overrated, is very scalable. That's the reason why Capcom is able to pump out all these games. And to be honest with you, a lot of their Resident Evil games are practically the same thing. Resident Evil 2 Remake with refinements with the gameplay and this and that. But a lot of it's really the same game in a different setting and a different story. I mean, if you want to be technical.
Not only getting a Capcom game every single year, we're getting weird stuff, new genres, new evolutions, new remakes.
PlayStation 5 exclusives, baby.
There is leaks that they made Resident Evil Requiem for $40 million. That makes it one of the cheapest cost to profit ratios of any game in the last 10 years. And that game's a banger. Apparently, they just churned it out for pennies.
Yeah. And like I've said before, GameStop with another W. Nintendo makes AA games and walks out with AAA money. See, the problem is, you got Sony investing AAA money into their games, but yet ain't getting any AAA participants. That's the reason why your games are flopping. That's why Marathon, even though the game is multi-platform, is failing right now.
And Capcom's president says its continued success is down to its move from individual-led team to development-led team.
What does Capcom got anything to do with Sony, though? Like, you was out here using a third-party company and acting like it's some form of first-party studio that Sony made. Like, what are you talking about, bro? You still haven't showed us as the reason why the PS5 is so much better than PC and Xbox. Last time I checked, Capcom games are also coming to the Xbox as well.
Essentially, people are constantly shifting from project to project to just get everything done as efficiently as possible. And it just seems like, in general, Xbox doesn't know how to do that, despite the fact that Xbox...
Really? Are we going to sit there and act like Xbox is pumping out more games than Capcom? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, this is all because of Gears E Day being canceled for the PlayStation 5. You know, we got ponies out like him out here port begging. All this over one game. I can't play Gears E Day. Microsoft need to go back to exclusives. And then when they do, oh, we got people like you and this fool right here out here don't know what you're doing. Oh my goodness. That must be Dreamcast guy's dad or something.
Dancing with a coffin. Look at that. I love the new season of the downfall of Xbox. Man, it's just wild. They're literally shutting down everything. Now, I have been really just saying that I feel like Xbox has put themselves into a very unfortunate death spiral. I mean, undoubtedly, right? They train their audience not to buy games. Straight up, they said, buying games is antiquated. Just subscribe.
It's not that. It has nothing to do with that. Microsoft is fully aware that most people do not really care about first-party titles. And we know that because you could even use PlayStation 5 as an example of that. And look at how bad those games are selling there. The only company that's really doing somewhat well in first party is Nintendo, but even then, a lot of their games are not doing those type of numbers that we've seen with the Switch 1. I told you guys, there was a resurgence of gaming around the PS4, Switch 1, and the Xbox One. People was buying games left and right. But now, for some reason, you gotta remember, the free-to-plays and all those other games were starting to slowly take over. And now look what happened, right? While their eyes are out there playing NBA 2K, waiting for their annual release of college football, well, guess what? That's less eyes looking forward to any game that Sony and PlayStation or whoever is offering. And this is what you guys don't understand. This is the power of free-to-plays as well as third-party games. First-party pales in comparison to what's in the realm of free-to-play and third-party games.
Like a Game Pass. Buy a console and you get a year of Game Pass. You've got this back catalog. You've got instant first-party stuff day and date.
What's wrong with that?
And I think it train people that whether the game is good, whether the game is bad, it's not worth the price. I think about the thousands and thousands of tweets I've seen over the last couple of years where an incredibly cool indie game is shown, like Death's Door or anything, right? And people say, wow, if it's not coming to Game Pass, I'm not buying it. And I feel like that's even more so. If that's like little...
I mean, most people ain't even buying the games on PlayStation Plus. Like, what are we doing, man? So we're gonna act like it's not reasonable? We know you ponies be on them PlayStation Plus games. Let's cut the cap. So you're telling me that when you get a free game on your PlayStation Plus, you as a PlayStation fanboy, even though Sony gave it to you for free, you decide to spend your own money on it? Shut the hell up. We already know damn well you ain't doing that. Cut the crap. Out here want to guilt trip people into this garbage. Oh, we buy our games. Well, if you did, then why Soros can't eclipse 1 million? Why can't your game sell even past 1 million, bro? You want to sit there? I mean, there's no excuse. The game's not on PlayStation Plus. The only way you can get access to Soros is if you buy the game. And yet, that game sold worse than Forza Horizon 6. Wait till that game drops on PS5. It's going to completely obliterate it.
$10 games that are fantastic. If Xbox people won't buy a $10 game because it may eventually come to Game Pass, I think it shows that, well, Game Pass becomes vampiric, parasitic to the product it's trying to do. Instead of introducing new people to the great...
Oh, yeah, it's so parasitic that, big companies like Sega was Stranger Than Heaven and, Beast the Reincarnation, some big-time studios, that's why they putting the games on the service. Game Pass is such a parasite that they got big third-party games dropping on it. Why the third-party? Oh, that's right, because they're giving them a check to have access to the game. Oh, okay, so, and what they're doing is that they're taking the money. So Microsoft is essentially paying for the cost of these games up front. It's like, hey, you put it on Game Pass. We don't know what goes on, but this is how it works. Let's say this game had a budget of something. Oh, okay. Hey, we'll give you this much to put it on Game Pass. You can still sell the game. You can bring it elsewhere. Whatever. Third party love Game Pass. They love Game Pass. Indie game developers love Game Pass. So when a game is flopping, Microsoft says, here's a check, put it on the service. Well, thank you, Microsoft. Our game got more engagement. More people are playing it. And you gave us the money up front. We didn't have to wait for fanboys like Dreamcast guy to buy these games because they don't buy them. What do you mean? Yeah. Thank you for giving us the money up front. So we know that the game was successful. Thank you. We don't have to wait 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, or possibly 10 years to get Soros at 1 million sales. Because you paid for the cost. Oh! You'll be a fool to think that third party don't like Game Pass. Because Microsoft, that's why Persona and all those games are dropping on it. Because you guys keep saying that it's so bad for gaming. Then you have to ask yourself, then why are third party jumping on the bandwagon? Oh, that's right. Because they know it's good for gaming. Especially in today's climate of people playing free-to-plays.
Xbox. Instead, it's training Xbox to not have a community whatsoever. Craig is in a very...
I don't care. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, man. And like I said, this is something you're going to have to get used to. You don't have an Xbox problem here. You have a free-to-play problem. And like I told you guys, once those games have built the popularity that we have once seen now, it's gonna be hard to stop that behemoth. And Microsoft, Sony, they all know it. Even Nintendo, they all know it. That's why they all changing up the game plan. See, PlayStation thinking that by selling a game, by investing a budget, putting all your money in a basket and expecting the fan base to buy the game, when we all know they're not going to buy it, is actually more detrimental to PlayStation. This is why studios keep getting closed. This is why we keep hearing about Soros not even foreseeing the budget, because Sony's not making that money. And then they have to wait a long time to see if they can even get that. Come on, man. You guys know what I'm saying is true. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, take care. Peace out. And I don't know if this is Dreamcast guy's dad, but hey, hello. How you doing there?